happy to share this event with you. I have been following from the very first moment the excellent work done by all of you, and I would like to express my gratitude and my congratulations and to urge you to do more in the future. The fact that in the 21st century human beings are still being trafficked as commodities is a disgrace for our societies, for our civilization. The recent images in Libya, like the ones of the auctions where desperate people are sold and bought, are shocking, but unfortunately not new. On the ground, the situation is even worse, and this is unfortunately not just a Libyan problem. According to IOM, since 2014, the number of women and girls that arrived mainly from Nigeria and that are potentially victims of trafficking for sexual exploitation has increased by 600%. This reminds us of our duty, of our mission to do our utmost to fight this horrible phenomenon everywhere, to prosecute those unscrupulous criminals and to disrupt their immoral businesses. It reminds us of the devastating experiences of children, women and men, and our duty to provide the best possible protection and support. I understand that you all know this dire situation, and we're all determined to give an end to that. We need to act, to join forces, and coordinate closely. The recent launch of the European Union, United Nations and the African Union, the task force, will contribute significantly to our ongoing efforts to dismantle trafficking and criminal networks in the area. However, as we all know very well in this room, trafficking in human beings is not happening only outside of our borders. It is happening also inside Europe, in our neighborhood, in our societies, next to us. And this is unacceptable. According to data we have in our hands, to available data, 65% of the registered victims of trafficking in the European Union are EU citizens. Clearly, there are substantially more victims than those covered by official figures. Over the years, the European Union has demonstrated a strong commitment to prosecute unscrupulous criminals, prevent the crime, and most importantly, protect the victims. We have developed a robust legal and policy framework which is human rights-based, victims-centered, gender-specific, and child-sensitive. There are concrete examples, like Operation Dragon, which was coordinated and supported by Europol and the European Borders and Coast Guard, and delivered a major blow. It inflicted a blow to organized criminal activities, including trafficking in human beings. A lot has been done, but we can certainly do more in the future. Member States need to step up their efforts and engage even more. In this context, we presented yesterday a set of new priorities accompanied by a list of concrete measures to strengthen our ongoing actions against trafficking in human beings. What we propose are targeted actions that will make a real difference on the ground. We need to deal with the new modus operandi of the traffickers, which continues to develop. You all know that this is a crime that is profit-driven, a crime that generates astronomical profits for traffickers and all others who are involved in the trafficking chain. And those profits can remain high as long as there is a culture of impunity for both perpetrators and users. But the real fight against trafficking, against human beings, is not fought here by the European institutions. It is on the ground, and as I said before, it is member states that need to deliver. Member states have to effectively contribute to discourage demand for services which are the objects of exploitation, of trafficking in human beings. We also need to identify the victims early, to provide them better access to their rights and ensure their implementation by focusing in particular on the most vulnerable groups, including children. Moreover, we have to do more, to intensify a more coordinated and consolidated response, both within and outside the European Union, between our agencies and services, but also with third country member states. And all this while we should increase our knowledge base on the phenomenon and ensure appropriate funding to support all these efforts. Only if we join our forces, only if we work together, the Presidency of the Council, Member States, the European Parliament, civil society and our agencies, we can make a difference on the ground. Ladies and gentlemen, members of the Parliament, I want to stress once again that the protection of people's lives and human rights is at the core of our work against this heinous crime. We have to prevent this crime from happening in the first place. This is precisely the message I would like to send from this meeting tonight. Human trafficking is not just a European problem. We must do everything to eradicate this atrocity anywhere in the world. I call on all stakeholders and partners to join forces and work together more closely so that we don't have to witness anymore in the 21st century something which belongs in the dark past of the humanity. Thank you very much for your attention.